Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our presentation. My name is Ali Rahmat from National Research and Innovation Agency Indonesia. Today, we want to present our research with the title Elemental Analysis of the Breadnut Seed Biochar and its Potential Application as a Soil Amendment. In 2022, the global report on the food crisis because of the COVID pandemic, conflict, extreme climate change, more than 193 million people in the 53 countries are suffering from the food crisis, and many countries try to facing the food crisis with agriculture intensification. However, agricultural intensification promote the excessive use of the fertilizer, especially chemical or synthetic fertilizers, that can reduce soil quality, such as soil acidif- acidification. So the pH of the soil was decreased because a lot of the farmer using the chemical, especially using the fertilizer for a base using for ammonia or from nitrogens. In the other hand, climate change, increased precipitation can exact or can promote leaching and contributed to the soil acidification, where the soil acidification changes the soil quality by decreasing of a pH, which can cause it by deposit of the acid and excessive use of the ammonium-based fertilizer. So, how we facing the soil acidification? How to improve the quality of the soil? Some activity or material can be used like lime, gypsum, red mud, organic waste, and residual crops. However, some of them contain some of the heavy metals or fast degradation. So, because of the limitation, we try focus on the biochar as the soil amendment. What is biochar? Biochar basically is charcoal resulting from the heating of the biomass in oxygen-limited environment. So we can see in the picture is several type of the biochar from a difference of the biomass resource. So biochar is the 2000-year-old practice that convert the agricultural waste into soil enhancer that can hold the carbon, increase the food security, and discourage deforestation. Biochar can be important tools to increase the food security, cropland diversity in area with several depleted soil, scarcity of organic resource, and inadequate water and chemical fertilizer supplies. And also, biochar have the powerful simple tools to combat climate change. Biochar can contribute as following: enhance productivity of farmland, achieve environmental friendly agriculture, organic agriculture, sustainable carbon sequestration, rural promotion like carbon minus projects, environmental friendly education. So why breadnut seeds? So actually Indonesia is tropical country. We can find a lot of the breadnut seeds. Usually people eat the breadnut seed, but we try did have another potential, or can we utilize breadnut as a source of biochar? Maybe because of the chemical properties or other characteristic. So in this study, breadnut seed-based biochar was obtained by using pyrolysis method at 250 degrees Celsius and 350 degrees Celsius. This is called low temperature of pyrolysis. And the purpose is to evaluate the elemental content on the obtained biochar, not destructive and environmental friendly analysis method using X-ray fluorescence spectrometry or XRF has been used as the main technique. So the methods, we dry the bread nut and then we like chopper. After that, we open in 150 degrees Celsius for 24 hours. After that, we put in in the porcelain, and then we make a burning in the furnace for 4 hours, and then we can see the result of the after furnace, and then we ground it and sieve it with 335 micrometer sieve. After that, we analyze XRF. So from the risk indication, we can see in here the highest content of the element is the calcium, or we call potassium. The second one is the calcium. The third one is the phosphor. Next is the sulfur and the magnesium. So we can see the percentage of the potassium is like 70 until 71% from the whole of the element, and then we can see the calcium is around 20 percent, and phosphate is like under 10%, and magnesium under 5%. So we know that several of the element is the macronutrient, which is that important for the soil and also for the nutrient for the plants. So how the potential of biochar in this case from the breadnut, if we know the acid soil in the inside of the soil, lot of the uh, element H plus or aluminum 3 plus, which is replace the alkaline cation such as calcium, magnesium, kalium, uh, and also because of the low pH, and this will increase the toxicity of the metal element for Al or mangan or ferrum, because all three elements, this is the mineral which is toxic for the plant. With adding a biochar which is contains some alkaline cation, so the alkaline cation will replace the H plus or Al plus, so the condition of the soil, the pH will increase, and then the toxicity will decrease, and also the condition, the fertility of the soil increase, which is in the future, we hope that increasing of the pH and increasing the macronutrient will influence the growth of the plants. So how the application of biochar as climate change mitigation. So first is the slow pyrolysis convert by the breadnut to be the carbon, which is the carbon in this condition is the stable carbon, which is take a long time to decompose in the soil, different with the compost or the manure, which is very easy to degrade it in the tropical area, in tropical countries like Indonesia. But with biochar, they will keep the carbon inside of the soil. The second one, the biochar have the ability atau our capability to absorb the carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide, which is all of them is the greenhouse gases promoting the climate change. And the last one, like I mentioned before, biochar can increase the soil fertility, like raising the pH, retaining the nutrient. Uh, so as the carbon released to atmosphere, and then through the photosynthesis process, the plant was absorbed the carbon and stored in the plant tissues. So uh, and because of the many carbon was stored in the plant tissues. This is also good as the carbon sequestration. And also, uh, if the fertilizer is if the biochar increase the fertility, will increase the productivity. And also maybe this one solution or one the way to facing the food securities with with increasing the production of the plants. So the conclusion of the research is the breadnut seed has been successfully converted into the biochar with a high content of the minerals such as calcium, or potassium, magnesium, copper, phosphorus, sulfur, mangan, Fa, Cu, Zn, Rb, and Sr. And the milk pyrolysis is so not or insignificant difference on the mineral composition. The content of alkaline cation present of the obtained biochar indicated that biochar from the breadnut seed have the high potential as the soil amendment to ameliorate soil acidity and future hopefully increase the crop productivity. Increasing soil fertility and increasing crop productivity was one strategy for the climate change mitigation indirectly. Thank you very much for your attention.